money becomes an issue, okay, with your company, what do? It transforms over to your household. Your family, being away from your family, and for long periods of time when you're all consumed with your business. I mean, how can you not have your spouse involved in your business? How can that be separated?
Many people try to do it. The reason we bring it up is it often comes up. In fact, when we're often meeting with a potential new client for our coaching, we almost insist on meeting with the spouse, even if the spouse is not active, day to day. We often want to meet with the spouse. We understand that the influence there, and they have to understand. So we've literally had discussions with people about it in terms of, well, I'm trying to convince my spouse why it's a good investment for me to invest my time and money in coaching, because she's looking at dollar signs. Well, gee, if I don't take that money and put it and invest it in coaching, I take that money and invest it over here, for this home improvement that we've been waiting for the last 6 months or the last year, whatever it might be. Many owners run those decisions by their spouses.
No, your lifestyle is going to change. So things like vacations, and certainly spouses, rightfully so, seem to be tremendously worried about health insurance. Okay, when those things start to wobble in the relationship starts to wobble. So here you are, the dutiful business owner, going about your business, and where you thought you had support, you probably still do, but the worry starts coming through, and that transfers to you. So you have to go through some type of compromise. Well, you don't have to. I guess you don't have to do anything, right? But if you don't compromise, chances are, and there's a high percentage of small business owners who end up in divorce and separating for a variety of reasons relating more so to their business. You cannot separate. You cannot separate the two. It's impossible.
So where does this become an issue? Let me give you a couple examples, right? So we had one prospect that we were meeting with, and it was a growing company. It was still a younger company. Actually, it was still working out of the house, but had folks who were employees, but they're all working on location somewhere. And the wife, the spouse, was very influential here, and so we said, well, she wants to meet you guys. It was the charge we got. So here are Jack and I sitting at the kitchen table, meeting with this potential client and his wife. And so part of our initial discussions, we like to share our stories. People could get to know us a little bit. We like to hear their stories too. So as we're hearing the spouse's story, it became very, very apparent very quickly that her business acumen and business experience was very, very slim at best. Yet
Not
uncommon.
uncommon.
Right. Yet she was the number one advisor to this guy. All right, and we knew it was gonna be trouble from the start because nobody knew more than her in her mind, and so it was problematic. That's one situation.
A legend in her own mind.
Exactly.
Is that what we say? That's right.
And one of the challenges too is we have clients. One thing is how do you know what to communicate to your spouse? Because often you'll come back and if you have a bad day at work, you're complaining about this employer, that customer, whoever it might be, but you're randomly just kind of going from the hip, so to speak. It's important what you communicate to your client or to your spouse in terms of what's going on, to be able to present what's happening in the business, both good and bad, and not have them ride the roller coaster with you, but to help them explain what's kind of going on. So to present the status of the business very quickly is very important to be able to do, to keep them in the loop as far as what's kind of going on, to help keep them calm and feeling good about things.
So the fact that my spouse isn't involved in my business, that's a myth. It's a big myth. No question about it.
Yeah, don't ever believe that. Don't ever
right.
believe it, and don't treat your spouse that way. They have concerns. They have concerns even if they aren't voicing them. So they would love to have a 5-minute update. As silly as that sounds, right?
Everyone's looking for security, and it has lots of definitions. You got to talk that out with your spouse, and to the degree you can do that well, you're going to have success and peace and harmony in the family.
All right, so we're giving some love to the spouse today to start off. So stand by. When we come back, we're going to be digging into our dirty secret of the week. I'm Adam Sonhalter.
And I'm Jack Mancini with Maximum Value Partners. We're business coaches, and we can help you get unstuck from all those how questions in your business.
Stay tuned.